What is up, folks? Welcome and happy Monday. I hope you're having a happy Monday. I'm having an extremely Monday myself. But I won't belabor that much more than necessary. Glowforge Misadventures, what is up? Lurkers in chat, VOD viewers, etc., etc. What is up to all of you? Hope you're all doing well. You're all welcome to tonight's stream. Tonight's ever so slightly delayed stream. Today's been quite a Monday. Oh, great start to the stream here. So, I had a pretty good weekend. I had a unusually, I would say, productive Sunday yesterday. Well, partially anyway. I went out for a walk and I had to run some errands, or I chose to anyway. And I did some shopping. Just wanted to pick some stuff up, and I felt really good and productive about buying some Christmas decoration type stuff. And I feel good about that because I'm usually terrible with that sort of thing. And I had some ideas for, like, I feel like the past several years of getting some stuff set up here. I bought a little tabletop Christmas tree, which I have some plans for. You'll probably see it on stream.
Unspeakable horror awaits you.
Unspeakable horror. Well, you'll certainly see some of that on stream. That's what we deal in here. Onimusha, thank you very much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate that. Atomic Runner, what is up? Made a huge dent in your desk. I mean, yeah, that sucks, but once you get your new desk, that's like, it all feels worth it, doesn't it? But yeah, so I also picked up a Dremel finally, which is like something I've been meaning to for a long time, and I just happened to be in like the one store in town, which is like where I would shop anything. Yeah, I picked one up, and I'm looking forward to getting to use that for some hobby action figure customization type stuff. And the best thing of all is it's probably not super easy to see on stream, especially when my big head is in the way. Right there, you see some boxes there on my Super Famicom cartridge shelf, which I've been thinking, man, I'd show you a little closer, but since forever, I've been like, man, I need to get some storage boxes or something for my loose carts, because they're just kind of, all over the place. They don't stack super nicely. Like the American Super Nintendo cartridges, they look like shit, but at least they are all boxy, so they stack pretty well. And I've been a bit apprehensive about just buying boxes at random, and even if you like take measurements, like it's kind of tricky to get it right, and I didn't want to bring like a dozen cartridges to the shop to try and fit to see how it would work. But these were like super cheap collapsible plastic boxes, and I bought 2 of them. And it just so happened that I envisioned when I was in the shop how the cartridges would fit. Turns out my guess as to how they would fit was completely wrong. But they actually fit pretty nicely in a different way. So each box fits almost perfectly, quite snugly, 12 cartridges. And the boxes themselves are like very they're stackable, but also quite compact, and they don't have like beveled corners or anything. It's like perfect, pretty much. So the next time I have an opportunity, which is probably tomorrow, I'm basically gonna buy as many of those as they have. And hopefully if I can get like 10 of them or something, that would pretty much cover all of my loose cartridges for now, and maybe with a little bit of margin for additional cartridges. And yeah, that feels super great because I can arrange them a little better. I'm already thinking about like printing some nice stickers or something for like, sorting them by genre or something. It's gonna be nice, and it's rare to feel like my collecting and sprawling crap all over my apartment is like it's rare to feel that the level of clutter is decreasing as I'm buying new stuff. So that is highly satisfying indeed. So we hope that that'll work out. But that was yesterday. Today, I started the day off by being not late, but like not have, being a little later than I would have liked to get to work, because I wanted to get to work a little early. Except when I went to bring my bike out of my basement, I had a flat tire, which I must have gotten on Friday, but not really. Like I had it. It felt like the back tire felt a little funny, like as I was kind of getting home, and I didn't use the bike at all weekend, so I didn't notice it until Monday, that or until today, this morning, that I had a flat tire, so I couldn't really ride the bike. So I had to walk to work, which took longer. So I, of course, ended up being late, and I had to drop the bike off at the shop, and I wasn't able to get it back today. So I'll have to bring it back to, or I have to get the bike back tomorrow, which means I had to walk home, which not a big deal, but that's why I was a bit late for stream. But it means I'll have to get up early to walk to work tomorrow morning, which I'm not, I don't know, I've gotten used to having the bike now. So, I mean, it's a difference between 10-15 minutes to get to work versus 30 to 40 minutes. And an extra 30 minutes in the morning is, I don't know, it's worth a lot in my opinion. So I'm kind of dreading that. But it was, I don't know, that just like set the day off in the worst possible way this morning. And it hasn't been a terrible day since then or anything, but I don't know, I wasn't primed for having a good Monday after starting the day like that. Yeah, we'll see, Lemisar. Like, once I get more of those boxes, I'll be, I need to think of how to organize them. I have, like, all these, I have, like, these binders, right, for my disc games. And I have, like, a spreadsheet to kind of keep track of where I need to leave some gaps. But even then, like, I don't know. Most of these pages are, there's some gaps here and there to make, because these are all in alphabetic order. But these, I don't know, the PS1 binder I have is, I think it's pretty much completely full, and that's even taking all the fighting games into its own binder. Like, organizing is a mess. I enjoy it. I especially enjoy having things organized, which you'd be forgiven for not realizing, because this shit ain't organized at all. It's a bit of a paradox. I enjoy neatness and order and organization and having things in alphabetic order and all that kind of thing, but I'm also awful. Like, I leave things, just, I make a mess. It's the worst. But yeah, I need to check and count, like, how it makes sense to kind of sort those things. But I'm looking forward to being able to set up any kind of system to sort them. It's going to be nice. But yeah, I was a bit stressed out today, and I realizing the stream would have to be late. And as I was on my way home to work, I was even like contemplating canceling the stream, because I was like, oh fuck, I'm just like, ugh, I don't feel like it. But as I got home, I got something to eat. I was like, I kind of want to play Onimusha. So I think that kind of passed. But it's been a bit of a hectic day, and I have to really make sure not to be too late tonight and such. So it's not at all impossible that we might run a little shorter tonight. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. My biggest worry is that we get so far in the game that it's going to make no sense to quit, and that we're going to want to push on. But we'll see how it goes. I haven't planned on covering it or acknowledging it per se, but maybe I would have if I'd realized that it was today. But apparently today is the 20th anniversary of the original Xbox, and Microsoft are doing some kind of stream event thing. I think there had been some rumblings that the multiplayer, the free-to-play multiplayer thing for Halo Infinite might get like a surprise release today. I don't really care about that, but I am curious to see if like this would be a perfect opportunity for them to announce more backwards compatible type stuff. Like, I think they said that they're not announcing any new games or stuff like that, but they're gonna have something to show and talk about beyond just, I don't know, giving themselves a pat on the back for 20 years of Xbox. But I'm curious, but I won't be watching that because I'll be playing Onimusha. But I'm curious if I'll definitely be checking out the news headlines. I was gonna say after the stream, but I have a little Twitter window open, so any important news I might see as it breaks, or maybe you guys are watching that or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Video game news always fun though. Anyway, let me let me organize my shit here and see if we can't get Onimusha going. I didn't want to spend forever just chit-chatting about my daily life, but unavoidable to a degree, I suppose. Well, let me mute this. No, that's... what? Oh, yeah, right. Oh, is this gonna work? Okay, well, let's just do this. Alright. Bit of an adventure getting this shit to function properly. There we go. I've got double audio, because I've got audio from my monitor, which I do not want. There we go. It's muted. It's pretty fucking loud. Yeah, can hear that. There we go. So, as I wrapped up the last stream, actually, I remembered that there was something that I'd seen in the options menu for this that I'd initially kind of dismissed as like, yeah, we'll check that out later, and then I completely forgot last time. I believe, well, it might be under Tokten, under the special stuff. Yeah. Samanosuke's costume. Normal or special 2. And we set it to normal, and I think it says like yeah, I guess there's a little intro prologue that's not affected by this setting, I guess, but let's set it to this and see what it does. I mean, we even have 2 different Samanosuke, right? There's like, well, I don't know if you can call it the past and present or young and old, whatever. There's Onimusha 3 Samanosuke and Onimusha 1 Samanosuke, both in the game, in each respective timeline. Well, given where we are in the game, the partner characters aren't really present, and I don't even know if they will be for the rest of the game. So, well, we'll find out, I guess. We'll see if we can discern any difference from this setting being set to a different costume. The fact that you have normal and special 2 certainly would seem to imply that there's multiple different costumes to unlock as well. But I would guess, you know, maybe you get something for beating the game, but otherwise I would expect those to be the kind of things you get from unlocking or like beating the game with different ranks and stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of how it used to work in Resident Evil games and stuff. And I think I saw some screenshots from Onimusha 2 with different costumes, which obviously we didn't get for beating it, but I'm sure there are more stricter requirements for some of that stuff. Let's load our save game. Now, if I recall, I think we just got the kind of like the last thing we did. The last thing we did, I was like looking at him to see if there's anything different about the way he looks. Doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but I don't think so. I think we just got the red disc, didn't we? Yes. Oh yeah, we completed the Bloody Palace with both characters. And we got these weird weapon orbs that are not currently usable. Should I send this to Jacques? Well, I can insert it and we'll see what happens. Because typically we've had to send it to Jacques so he can insert it in the past, and then it'll just stay. But we'll see. Oh, puzzle box, great way to start the stream. 6 moves, okay. So there's usually some kind of a trick. Oh, that's not really gonna help, is it? Yeah. Maybe not correct to say that there's a trick to it, but it's not always, the solution isn't always what it seems. The other thing that these have in common is that generally I tend to, as I solve these things, I don't really see the solution coming. It just happens. And then you're like, oh. No, each move is just one sliding A panel, one, well, as far as I know, yeah. I can only activate the panels directly adjacent to the gap. Definitely getting increasingly tricky. So I'm trying to like do the non-obvious, like intuitive thing. Final fight puzzles. That is so upsetting. This path, but that's not like generally very. So, like, if I were to bring this down, you would want this to go here, but there's nowhere near enough moves to do that. So that's the thing, like... By moving, like, pieces towards, like, in one direction, you're moving the kind of gap in the other direction, which then... And moving the gap, like the position of the gap, dictates where you can make stuff happen. So, it seems to me as if this part in the center is kind of what matters. And I solved it. I was gonna say, like, there's just too much stuff going on to have it make sense. That you would change things at the very beginning and end, but anyway, we got it. So currently, there's a life extension. I just can't get across here. Okay. I think I'm actually gonna send this to Jacques because he has less health right now. He has more Oni meter than Samanosuke. But if I max out Samanosuke's health again, then he's like 2 upgrades ahead. Did I want to say that I put a bunch of points after I saved. Yeah, I think I I tried upgrading this, I think, to get a sense of how much I would need. But I don't remember at all what it came out to. I mean, it doesn't matter. I won't put any points towards anything now, anyway. I just kind of wanted to check. All right, let's pack. I'll go with the red dragon disc, the power stone. Sure. Back in 1582. Not doing great on health, am I? Well, this doesn't actually refill the health, but... well, I guess... oh yeah, this is attacking enemies to get more souls. Is she even with us? Anyway, let's equip this and get some health back. Do nothing to get some health back. I don't like doing this, but I'll do what it takes. So we got the spiked club. Oh yeah, I can't move. Right, I forgot. Lowered my health. Well, I mean, I guess that's a matter of how you count. In terms of percentages, yes, but that's not really what matters. Oh yeah, I have 5 Onimusha gems, so I think we're fine. Let's get the blue coat though, so we can get some healing and Oni gauge gems. Oh yeah, right. That's such a weird thing again. Like in the previous games, if you're up against a red lock and you have a red key in your inventory, just activating it like this will make you use the correct key, but in this game you have to actually manually select the right one. Now I assume that once we get into that hallway, there's going to be a scarab for us to swing off of. Well, if we can't progress, at least, I'll be very confused. Right. There we go. Very boxy hallway. Wait, is this a door? Okay. I thought I walked up to it and pressed circle and nothing happened, but I guess I wasn't quite close enough to it. Alright. What is that thing? It's challenging you. So this is the Guardian, huh? Danmaru was warning us about some... Whoa, okay, hello. Okay, well, we can move around at least. Oh, that's not... No, well, okay, that'll work. Let's switch weapons. Something with meter. Sure, let's use this. I feel like I never used this weapon. Nice, okay. Ouch. Okay, well, that's fine. It's fine. I feel like I'm just mashing for a little bit and then just jumping out of the way. Not sure. Should be scared of that glow, but not getting hit that much. I didn't really seem to hurt all that much either, to be honest. Pause. Okay, there we go. He's like flashing different like elements and stuff. I'm not sure if that's a thing. Okay. I was trying to do the whip, but the grapple, whatever. All right, okay, we got him. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Not a super exciting fight. I mean, it was pretty cool to get to move around like that, but man, I I made a bunch of orbs come out that I guess I didn't get because I triggered the cutscene. That's probably pretty bad. That's bad. I have to run. Oh well. All right, okay. So this is not the way we're escaping. Like, yeah. You move forward. I realize obviously that I don't have to stick around to fight him, but maybe I should have. I don't know. See, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Not quite Onimusha 2 levels. Architecture of a lot of the environments is still very boxy. Oh, okay, well, we're riding the train now. I wonder where this train's headed. Yep, so am I. Ennui, I will make it back to my time, somehow. Damn you, Genma. Destroying all that's good in this world. Alright, well, we'll make him pay. He's like, that's why you and someone else have to keep fighting. You're right. Seen better days. Alright. I'm gonna take a nap. Why don't you go check on Samanosuke? So, I guess that little gap is going to be filled with water. Platform floating up. And are we officially done with the swapping back and forth, or are we also taking a train? Like, Jacques made it out of this place. Ow. Well, we stumbled upon some kind of a vehicle to ride. These other sections were like fairly lengthy. Well, I guess I should save, right? I was expecting the whatever was behind the red door to be a little more than one hallway and a boss fight. Even when we ran away, I was like, I don't know, that was like one room. There's nothing there. I was expecting there to be more, but not a problem or a bad thing, just unexpected. So what's gonna happen here then? I feel like water wouldn't help because you can't swim. But yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I guess platforms are gonna float up. Maybe we'll get to see more of what's... Oh, just fight Ramana.
死にしてやろうと思ったが、もっと面白いことを思いついた。
Like, I thought I would kill you, but I thought of something more fun.
サマノスケ、貴様をゲンマに改造してやる。
Samanosuke, I'll make you one of us. Turn you into a
貴
Genma.
様と一緒にいたあの小僧もな。
He'll convert me and Akko, I guess. We're just... Okay, well. I guess we weren't riding that train, at least. I was speculating last time if that section where we swap back and forth, if that was going to be like the rest of the game. But I guess not the case. Unless we're heading into the final boss now, but I doubt it. Anya decides to go search for Samanosuke. That seems like a great idea. I'm sure that'll turn out just as well. Alright, run to the one place in Paris. Anri, where are you? Answer me! Must have gone inside. Well, I guess in fairness, that's where Samanosuke went. Alright, okay, so here's our obligatory play as a different character type section. Guns didn't seem super effective, but we'll see. Maybe we just couldn't hit them just... I appreciate that she plays like totally different. No soul collecting though. Oh. Because I didn't pick this up yet. Okay, well there we go. Now we can collect souls. Yeah, Michelle's cool. I like her. Double checking, nothing here. But yeah, you know, I was thinking about that. I was in a conversation where subject of Mercury's Steam came up in relation to Lords of Shadow as well as Metroid Dread, and I was reminded of my, or I think, I don't know, there was a few different things that kind of brought Lords of Shadow 2 to in mind for me. No. And then one of the things that I really felt strongly about with that game is that even though I generally liked it quite a bit more than the first Lords of Shadow. Okay, so I do have, okay, so I can actually swap, I guess, between my shotgun and my assault rifle. Oh, I do have grenades. How do I even use... I thought I pressed the button that you use for arrows, and that didn't throw grenades, so... Oh, let's try the assault rifle. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, I think, was generally a big improvement over the first game. But one thing I didn't like about it was that it... the first Lords of Shadow ends on kind of a teaser, stinger, whatever you want to call it. Showing that the next game, or like the story continues into the present day. And the very first, like, interactive gameplay segment of Lords of Shadow 2 takes place in basically the scene that you see from the ending of the first game. With this, like, kind of neon lit metropolis. Oh, so she can shoot, of course. And then you see that for like 2 seconds, and then the rest of Lords of Shadow 2 is set, like half of it is set in Dracula's castle, which like those sections are cool and fine. They're better than most of Lords of Shadow 1. But it seems like a weird thing after like specifically setting the game in a modern day setting. And even the parts that are in the city, like it all feels like some weird steampunk thing. It's like very anachronistic, like it doesn't feel contemporary at all. So like the idea of Castlevania in a modern city, I'm not saying that strictly that it's appealing or what I would want the series to be, but it's like there's something different about it, right? And there's novelty to that premise. Can I? Oh, that's how you grenade. Oh, that makes sense. And you don't really get anything out of that potential novelty. And if I can shoot, oh, I can stomp that, right? And it kind of dawned on me that this game does something quite similar, because this game is ostensibly, right, it's set in medieval Japan, but also like present-day Paris. But present-day Paris is like not even a full city street. There's like one back alley. Then there's a sewer and some kind of power station in the sewer. Then there's like 1/4 of a small parking lot outside of the Notre Dame, and then you go inside, and then you go into these bone hallways. And like, I don't think this is terrible or anything, but it's you know, as far as the idea of I'm trying to fucking shoot, okay? Like Onimusha in a modern day city setting, like there's barely any of the city in the game. And like there's not many locations, like that, just a scope of what we get to see of modern day Paris is so extremely limited. There's like nothing to it. And I mean, then you spend so much, like we spent several hours, I felt, in this weird HQ thing. Right, we traveled, that's, I couldn't even remember how we got there, but yeah. It was just funny to me, like... Grenade. I guess you have to make them with... Blocked everything. Oh! Controls. So I don't know, I feel like my original assessment of this game's kind of shortcomings, specifically in relation to the second game, they go a little bit further beyond just the specifics of the architecture not being as cool, or like the concepts not being quite as outlandish. That is still true. Or I mean, time travel, that shit is very outlandish, and I do like that. That's probably my favorite part of the game. But in terms of sheer aesthetics of how these, like, the technology and what they choose to do with those puzzle pieces, you know. They have this like outlandish premise, yet so much of this game, and I'm sure it's like to a large degree just from the fact that they're doing all this in real time instead of the pre-rendered stuff. It makes certain things a lot more limited, but everything is a little browner and grayer and boxier. I think that it's also arguably the kind of trends of games in general at the time. I mean, this is certainly not fully in the, you know, grayish brown Gears of War, you know, post Gears of War landscape. But, you know, things were arguably heading there. Yeah, so I skipped the lore book, but I guess it talked about grand plans for this zoo. But you can kind of, again, see what I mean. Like, in that little cutscene, we saw one side of the street, a couple of buildings, and then we park outside this thing. Like, yeah, as a location, this is well done. There's cool stuff, the reflections in the wet pavement. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's well done. But it's at the same time, it feels very careful, very deliberate. Like, reminds me a little bit of Resident Evil 3, where it was like, yeah, so RE1 is the house and RE2 is the police station, and there's a little bit of city, but it's like 5 screens at the beginning, and then there's sewers and biolabs and whatever. But Resident Evil 3, that's the one where finally you get to roam the city, you know, ostensibly. But then the city in RE3 is like just a series of hallways. It doesn't feel substantially different. Like, there's a lot of things that are different about the game, but specifically the spaces you move around in, they're not really more open, and they don't feel that different. They're decorated to look like city streets as opposed to mansion hallways. And I think there's a flyer for the park. This seems a little more open. It's kind of interesting, actually. Like, seems like we could go different ways here. And like, this actually seems neat. Like, I feel like my this criticism is being addressed in real time here. There's a big lever there. Let's wait to pull that. The gorillas are friendly NPC. I doubt it. I doubt it. We we fought them in the Baladu Palace, I think, previously. So. And I'm like, I would prefer these types of locations over just a bland, like, city blocks that are repetitive in order to make them occupy a larger space. But at the same time, I do kind of feel like there's a like, I don't even know exactly what I would want or what I'm missing here. And like I said, having this location like helps address that. I don't know how much we have left to see in the game, how things will change, but I just kind of thought about it, and I realized, like, you know what, for a game that supposedly takes place in like Paris, we haven't seen much of this major metropolitan city. And it would be interesting to see like what they it feels like more could have been done with it, I suppose. Just go inside here? No. It's locked. I don't don't even exactly understand. I just can't help it. Health back. We can go. Alright. Got for us. Ooh, nice. We finally got our 5th gem. So let's stick them all into this. And let's try this out. Like I said, I'm not even entirely positive what the solution is or the exact problem. Oh boy. Yeah, probably. Maybe not be here, but that's pretty sick though that it lights up when you shoot. And yeah, it seems to work. We're getting stuff. We're even getting health drops, so can't even fucking see where I am though. Getting slightly used to having the blue Akko. Ah, okay, I see. Got for us. Nice. Is this a different exit? Maybe? Guess we'll look at the map. I think it looks like we're on the other side of the barrier. Yeah. Get slightly more. Yeah, it looks like we're certainly getting more yellow drops, but no, that for a fact. Ah, these guys are obnoxious. Keep spawning too. Want this little box. Healing. Alright, that guy went down pretty quick. Okay, what's... I couldn't even see what this was, but... Camera angle. A little... weird. But she's like... Oh yeah, maybe I'll can't control this. Can I interact? Can I do something here? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, there's even like a little hole for the little face. I didn't even realize because she's like floating in front of it. Alright, okay, well that's cute. Oh. I was a little confused because clearly she was shooting at something because she was turning around to shoot, but nothing was ever attacking us. Map. Okay. Oh, to see the map. Oh, so we can indeed enter this round building. Looked like a door there before I paused. I could use a guide on how to see the map, because the map in this game is not great. So, like, I understand wanting to kind of fit as much of it as possible on like one screen, to not have to scroll or flip between screens. But they kind of go to extremes, I feel like, with just splitting things up so that Like even stuff that, like, I understand sort of stacking multiple floors next to each other. That makes sense to me. But when you have rooms that are right next to each other that just aren't next to each other on the map for no apparent reason, other than to arbitrarily like spread things out evenly across the screen, seems a bit strange to me. Are we looking for anything in particular here? Huh. Very odd-looking machinery. There's levers here. Let's not pull any of them for now. Is there anything else down here? A little pool of blood. That's fine. Normal. Weird swing set down here. Oh yeah, I guess this would have been a... There would have been animals here. Right. That makes sense. This is a zoo. I kind of forgot. Why is there all... Itchy. Well, let's pull one and see what happens. All right. I guess we'll just... I was expecting this to be a puzzle, so if I pull this one again... Yeah, okay, I can't. But I guess it's just I was gonna say a boss rush, not exactly, but oh, there's an item there. I feel like the worst thing that could happen is probably another one of those things. Disgusting. What is that? Oh, wow, it's down here. I thought it was... Okay. Cruise boat key. Oh, I see. We got to the boat, and I didn't want to go anywhere else, but I guess we would have needed this key anyway. Siminaska, enjoying playing as Michelle. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's a nice change of pace. I don't think if the game was all gunplay like this, it would be getting quite tedious pretty quickly. But I don't mind it, just for the variety. Whoa, okay. Huh. SPS 15 plus S plus R. Well, it's powerful. I guess it's more accurate or faster or something. It's got a longer barrel and a bunch of sights and shit on it, so... Well, it seems to have a slower rate of fire, if anything. But the rate of fire on the other one seemed like weirdly inconsistent. Yeah, I mentioned that too, like, I think at least... Michelle feels like she has a little bit of an her own sort of style. What the heck? Oh shit. Okay, I guess she's got a counterattack with like infinite range. Well, not infinite maybe, but it's like a weirdly long recovery. We're actually getting, at the very beginning, I was like, I didn't seem to be getting all that much. Too many souls, but yeah, we're racking up quite a few here. Good thing I tried to push through there, because I was thinking for the first 2 seconds when I walked into that room, it's like, I wonder if I'm supposed to not be here, because I need a flashlight or something. But that wasn't a big deal. The just stupid enough kind of thing that I could have gotten stuck on. Did I lose the yellow orb? Looks like it. Okay, though. So we can go with the boat, presumably. Yet there are... Oh, never mind. Okay, so that connects through the canal. Oh, there was that, like, souvenir shop or whatever that we didn't go to. Yeah, let's check that out first. Vertical. No! Fucking Mario controls. I didn't mean to back away. Fighting at, like, different heights. Like, weirdly weird. I literally pressed down, but she, like, weirdly turned around. Let me fucking walk. I think the recoil, like, pushed me back. But it won't, like, push you over the trigger to move to the next. But I was, like, so far back that even trying to walk forward, I was just behind the low trigger, basically. That's weird. Doesn't matter. I didn't have to do it all over again. Is this not... Okay. These are big doors, by the way. I guess I assumed this would be a thing. Doesn't look like it. Like, those doorknobs are literally above her shoulders. Maybe she's small, maybe. What's up, Runa? Oh, 5. Oh, actually, that was quite a bit. Oh, let's take this. Another gem. Yeah, we found a bunch of these. Actually, I think we have 3, maybe 4? 3, okay, yeah. But we'll save them, who knows? Maybe we'll find yet another vest for her. The one where you can, like, extract souls from enemies doesn't seem... Well, I skipped it for a reason. This one that gives you extra souls just for hurting enemies seems way more useful. Alright, so we have our key, so I assume we put that into the... whatever this is, the ignition? Yeah. Need a key. Well, good thing I have one. Who's the bolt no kagi? Hi. Uppa. I thought there was a big lever next to it. Maybe it was just decorative. You're thinking about Henri? His mom died in an accident. Tragic backstory. Because she was like, yeah, you don't seem to get along too well. He blames himself for the death of his mother, so he's got some problems getting close. Like he doesn't want a new mother figure in his life. I mean, it's pretty heavy shit. But that's probably, you know, you have to experience the death of a parent at that age. I reckon you would. That would leave some trauma. Alright, this boat's done, I guess. Nope, apparently it's fine. Okay. Kick it. Alright, there you go. Need a little combat intermission. Oh yeah, I think the headquarters section with the weird, well, I shouldn't say weird, but kind of samey tunnel architecture notwithstanding. I gotta say I like the pacing of this game. I think it handles the concept of multiple characters better than any of the previous games. Like even that part where you had to manually switch, like, yeah, it's still laid out pretty well, so you have to switch frequently. You have to make use of both characters. And it doesn't feel very backtracky or repetitive. It's like, it's one of those things that's clearly designed to kind of stretch a limited amount of assets a little further. But I mean, it works fine. It's not a, like, that's just a technique. It's not a trick or a cheat or a, you know, something bad in any way. But it's structurally, it's a little bit different than most of the rest of the game. But overall, like, you play as a character and it feels at kind of just the right intervals. There is some narrative justification for why you're changing perspectives and swapping to the other character. Oh yeah, I guess you can just do a defensive parry thing. Well, theory. Let's see if that thing stops spitting at me. Next time. Like in the other games, the other characters were just kind of, well, I mean, Michelle, this is the first time we're playing as her, and it's been kind of a, this is cool. This kind of separate thing, but throughout the game, we've been swapping characters and seeing different locations and whatever else, like, the game doesn't have, like, I think maybe part of why that section we just got out of felt, to me, it was kind of cool to get to swap characters manually, but it sort of wore out its welcome just a little bit because it started feeling a little repetitive, and I think throughout the game up until that point, the game's done a real good job of not sticking you in any one section for too long. So there's a nice variety, like, again, even if they don't do everything I would have wanted, whatever that is, with the premise of being in modern day Paris and everything, you never really have the thing of just being like in a very samey area forever. So I think there's stuff like that this game kind of does better than its predecessors. All right, I just got breaking news at this hour. I just saw a thing, which is what I had been hoping for. Let me actually read this real quick. Microsoft's Xbox backward compatibility program returns with 76 new games. That is sick. I've been waiting for this. I'm just gonna not read this full article here, but there is a bunch of new original Xbox games as well as 360 games, apparently. They're adding FPS boost to some games, which is cool. Ridge Racer 6, it's pretty nice. I got Ridge Racer 6. Oh, holy shit, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand? Hell yeah. I mean, that's literally the first game on the list. I feel like I don't really need to keep reading here. Conan? Holy shit, dude, I want to play Conan again. bunch of DOA games. It's pretty good. No Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, though. Down Valkyrie. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. I don't have either of those on Xbox, but it's still pretty sick. One Chambara. Otogi and Otogi 2. That is pretty sick. Yeah, Ridge Racer 6. Bunch of Star Wars games. Alright, not like a huge amount of games that I would be super duper into, but good couple for sure. And hopefully that's not the last update like this either. Alright, that's sick. That's sick. Maybe time to replay 50 Cent on stream. Alright, I figured I'd be sidetracked by that if I didn't stop to address that. Okay, so I assume that we're not going to want to touch those electrified things until we we'll find a switch or something. Okay, so we do have a bunch of these, but see, the next, if there is another, I mean, there has, well, I guess it doesn't have to be, but if there's another one, it's probably going to require 6 or maybe even more, and it's going to be super buff. So I'm definitely not going to put any of those points in that green code, because I don't think I would ever use it anyway. No point to it. Can I talk to these guys to trigger a cutscene, or will I just fucking kill myself? Oh, there we go, okay. Some kind of special energy is locking the cells. Oh yeah, maybe I should try this. Whoa, okay. I was just mashing a little too hard. Okay, so the other rooms we could go to, I guess we still have to go there, but we're presumably swapping back to someone else again. I mean, we're going back to, whoops. Making a trade here we didn't exactly ask for. Woman and a child. Will make for good ingredients. Alright, okay. Damn you, Genma! Alright, okay. I guess she dropped her bracelet, probably? Yeah. Wait, did I... Oh, okay, so it has... I was gonna say, I didn't get the souls for it, though. I wonder if I could give this to Jacques and have him absorb the souls. That'd be kind of interesting, because he's a little bit behind, I think, on upgrades. Technically, I think all our equipment are at the same levels. Like, both characters have all weapons and armor at level 2. But I have more souls as Samanosuke than I do as Jacques. Well, I guess there wouldn't be anything inside the cell, would there? Alright, more stuff in here, though. I didn't look, but I'm assuming I got all of her... Well, whatever. It doesn't make any difference, does it? Oh yeah, I guess, as I had heard, Halo Infinite multiplayer is apparently out right now. So congrats if you like Halo. Oh, hello guys. Dude, I find like the down attacks to be weirdly trash in this game. Like, not only does it feel like you have a larger like recovery on them in this game than in the other games, they also like just do not function at all. If the enemy's even like considering beginning to stand up, the down attack will just whiff on them completely. Like, you couldn't use it, like, that was still kind of a thing in the other games. but not quite to the extent. I feel like in the other games, you could at least catch the beginning of their like standing up animations with down attack, but not in this game. These paintings are kind of cool. Different bosses and shit. Different characters. Yeah, so we did go inside this door. We want to go back to the... Yeah, the... Ooh, okay. So if you look at the map... It kind of looks like... What's in that top room is some little side thing that you could miss. Although that generally hasn't been the case, at least not often, with those things locked behind... demon seal locks. On the other hand, to get back there, we would have to ride the boat, which I don't even know if we can. But we'll save, and we'll see. I'm gonna practice parrying here too. Come on. Nope. Oh, is the Xbox thing over already? I guess there wasn't a big, long thing. I guess the back compat and Halo Infinite. That's pretty much all I was hoping for or expecting, so... Yeah, let's just save. Yeah, there's definitely some games there on the, on that list. I just skimmed it, but there was a few things there for sure. I don't have Ridge Racer 6, but I'm kind of tempted to get it. Like, it's supposed to be good. I recently got Ridge Racer 7. Let me see if I can go back here. I guess I can. Let's try it. Yeah, I know Ridge Racer 7 is like basically a port of 6. Like it came out like 6 was a 360 launch game and 7 was a PS3 launch game. And it has like, because I remember when 7 came out, it was like kind of a disappointment in a way because it was just like it has like all the same tracks and cars and stuff, whatever. It might be a better game. It might be. Like, obviously, if I'm interested in both, it's not strictly because it makes sense or that they're all that different. It's more like I'm kind of curious. But I mean, I've never been big into Ridge Racer to begin with. To me, as far as, like, arcadey stuff, they were always a little bit demanding for someone like me who's not... you know, skilled or knowledgeable or familiar with racing of any kind. But especially, you know, in the mid-90s it's one thing, but by the mid-2000s already, to say nothing of today, like that style of racing game just is kind of barely around. Something from that time period that is that type of game ends up being a more interesting kind of thing. And they're just supposed to be good in general, as well as like Ridge Racer 7 insanely is a 1080p 60 FPS game on PS3, which is like absurd. And it's not bad looking either. But I feel like probably Ridge Racer 6 on Series X, I assume, would look or run better than 7 on PS3. but I still kind of want to. I'm curious. I'll say that much. But otherwise, there's some stuff that's like, yeah, it's nice to have back compat and or like FPS boost. Like I think it was like Fallout 3 and Fallout 76. I think have like FPS boost so you can run them at 60, which is like, all right, that's always a fantastic feature that I'm happy to see. But at the same time, it's probably not the version of those games you want to play anyway. I don't remember what else was on there, but I skimmed through the list of new research lab key. So maybe we had to go here anyway. In which case we did some accidental optimizing here. Just like I did finding the boat key before I went to try the boat. But when I saw from the list of FPS boost supported game that they added, it seemed to be mostly stuff like that. I think it was also like Evil Within or something. Yeah, the Otogi games are definitely an awesome addition. Like, I'm probably gonna go buy digital copies of those games, I feel like. I never played them, but I remember always hearing like them cited as like good games, you know. And I'm always excited for more original Xbox games being added anyway. There's definitely a couple I would really, really want to see. Even if, yes, there's like emulation is kind of a thing nowadays. Like, it's just nice to have it all in one console and have it all work and everything. Like for me, like the back compat stuff is just, it's like a kind of a killer app as far as I'm concerned. Like I know the PS5 has good support for PS4 stuff, and it does much the same, like not quite to the same level as the Xbox generally in terms of how much improvement, but similar enough, or at least stuff that ran kind of unevenly. Will, you know, be much better experience. You know, anything with an unlocked frame rate, basically. Or anything that struggled to meet its original frame rate. But that said, you know, with Xbox, you do get stuff like the FPS boost. You have stuff like, of course, 360 games and original Xbox games. You don't get any equivalent to that on the PS5. So, yeah, it's really cool. Like, I think the Series S, like, for me, not having a disc drive is a deal breaker. But you still get a heck of a lot of video game machine from a Series S. And the only thing, I think, the only kind of caveat there is that Series S does not, it does not do Xbox One X enhancements. So the One X, aside from Xbox One games that had like X enhancements for higher resolution or frame rate or whatever, there are certain backwards compatible stuff like 360 games that ran, you know, in 4K, or I don't remember what other enhancements, but there were like some things where you don't get that enhancement, you don't get that stuff on a Series S. Which in some cases might seem a little weird. Some of it doesn't matter at all. Some of it wouldn't matter without a 4K screen, which The Series S doesn't really do. I mean, it can output 4K because you can watch 4K Blu-rays, but it doesn't really run games. Like, it's generally like the 1080/1440p console, I guess. I mean, I don't have a 4K monitor anyway. Yeah, it's easy. But I know, like, you can, if you get like I think there's a flat like $20 fee or something to enable like developer mode. It's one of those things that they marketed way back for, I think, not at launch, but at some point during the Xbox One console's lifespan. Like, as a developer, you don't need dev kits. Any retail console can be used as a dev kit to run like unsigned code. If you have a developer account, which, yeah, it's like you pay $20 or something. And what you can do is you can, there's like some version of RetroArch, I guess. I forget exactly. I remember reading about this 100 years ago. But like for the money, like if you wanted to buy or have a like emulator box, like the Series S basically runs, I think, for, you know, stuff up to like PS2 okay. I mean, I don't have any first-hand experience, but I heard it's like really good. And like while you're in developer mode, it's like a toggle. You can't play retail games. So if you wanted to play real games, you have to like switch back and forth, which is, from my understanding, a fairly trivial but not completely. Henri and Michelle must be on the other side of this door. Okay, let's actually save it. Like, yeah, you're not gonna like hot swap games back and forth exactly, from my understanding, but it's like simple enough that if you were in the market for something like that, Series S would be a worthwhile investment. But also, I mean, I guess it's I think I did save. I wasn't sure. Ooh, do I? Where we're at here. Actually, do we have any training shit to do? Oh yeah, fuck, we do. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Let's give it a shot. It's sent. Maybe I can actually learn how this works. Yeah, as far as emulating Xbox stuff on PC, it's not something I'm very well read on, but I understand. I keep hearing it brought up when people talk about, like, oh yeah, they should add Jet Set Radio Future to back compat, which I agree with. There's always someone popping out of the woodwork to explain that, well, yeah, you can just play it on PC though, which may be true, but it doesn't invalidate the argument, in my opinion. Robbie, what's up? Happy Monday. But I'm not sure if you can play Xbox games off of an original disc, because as I recall, like Xbox games are like burned or like differently. So you can't necessarily read them on a PC. Obviously, you could find games on the internet, but like if you happen to have an original disc that you wanted to play, I'm not sure it's that easy. So I remember even at the time, like back then, I don't remember specifically, but there was something about like which disk drive you happen to have in your Xbox. It would determine like its ability to do something or other with ripping disks or something. I forget how that went. But I want to say there's something about the data is like written backwards, or like it's written a different way. So if you pop it into a PC, it doesn't read. But I might be getting that mixed up with some other console. Okay. So apparently you... You do the Isen by sidestepping and attacking. So I guess you can't be standing still when you do it? Okay, so enemies can only be defeated by Isen. Not sure about the sidestep thing, but I want to be like so I can actually see his attack cleanly here. You have to attack me. Fucking. This is why the EC stuff can be a bit bullshit. He's literally like standing there for 20 seconds without attacking. Yeah, I feel like I don't even really have the patience to do this. I mean, I'll clear the beginner one probably, but... Although the higher difficulty ones, at least the enemies are gonna attack. I wonder if the sidestep is like key to actually getting it to come out. Like, I don't know that I'm having a significantly easier time than I would otherwise because I haven't like deliberately aimed for this much. But the window seems reasonable. Pretty cool, like, oh, fucking hell. I hate these guys because you can't fucking see when they attack. Well, when they do that attack, it's more visible, but the other one is a lot harder to see. Like when the active frames, so to speak, are. And the startup looks very similar, so... I was gonna say, I'm sure this is the last guy, so... Or I assume, anyway. There we go. Like PS3 emulation, I know is another thing that's been sort of quietly advancing quite a bit. As is 360, apparently. I feel like the first time I really heard... The first time I really heard much about 360 emulation, I feel like was in discussion on that GoldenEye remake build that came out the other year. Will you please attack? So in case you haven't heard, at some point Rare was working on a remake of GoldenEye for Xbox Live Arcade. But basically due to the complicated... It was never announced officially, but it was worked on and it was essentially finished. But it never came out because the legal situation could not be worked out between Microsoft and Eon, I guess, the license holders. Nintendo, I think, were involved to some capacity. It's one of those things where some parties were kind of under the impression that it was good to go and others not so much. And that was in development before the Perfect Dark remake that eventually came out, or port, whatever you want to call it. Well, I guess it was basically a remake. I'll try this one more time. But when the build, basically the final build, I guess, as far as they got in development, which was essentially, the game was finished. I think it's missing, like, multiplayer stuff. Online isn't working. But, like, the single-player game is all there. I heard people mention like, yeah, if you have a modded 360, you can play it, but you can also just play it on emulator. That's basically how I learned that that's a thing. And of course, you can also kind of do, much like with N64 emulation, you can, I suppose, do like mouse aiming, kind of hacky controlled stuff. But I'm sure if you just play GoldenEye with dual analog joystick, like modern console FPS control, I'm sure you don't really need precision of a mouse. So, like, I don't know. Still don't exactly understand, not the timing nor the sidestep aspect of this. But I think generally, I think I'm just attacking too early. Like, if you see the attack come out, I must be attacking too early. And then other times I just stand there, and that's because I'm attacking too late. Like, against the basic enemies, it felt pretty easy. It's so hard to tell whether that's down to their attacks being so much more readable. I wouldn't think there's like actual different timing windows, but it's hard to. There's not really much feedback on what you're doing wrong when you don't get it. So I assume. Let me just check. Yeah, it'll at least keep track of the fact that we completed the novice level. Oh shit. Okay. I had no idea this was a thing. How the fuck are you? Okay, so after you do an Isen or a parry counter Isen, you can like chain multiple Isen attacks. If you press the square button again with the correct timing, you can do one more, like a chain Isen attack. The timing is like when the Isen after image or glow effect, the moment it disappears, you press the button again. This seems really complicated to... I say that having never looked for this, so I don't know. Yeah, it's like really quick, I guess. Just whiffed. So I have to get the actual parry correct first, of course. It would be helpful to at least see it done so you know what it's supposed to look like. But it seems like there's nothing that's like lingering for a long time. So I feel like it has to be a pretty quick thing, which would make sense. Like, it's not going to be a... Oh, let's try this guy. Like, oh, when the we have... The dudes are like piling up. It's a lot harder. It's too slow there. Basically, I'm not really trying to visually, or I'm coming to the conclusion that visually trying to confirm the timing is probably not going to really work out. Even these guys have like multiple attacks with different timings. Like no downtime between blocks. Like, I haven't gotten it once. But of course, if I do understand how it's supposed to be done, not to say it would be easy by any stretch, but at least I know what I'm trying to do. Like, that's the big thing. I don't even know what I'm trying to do. But I would like to see what it looks like so I can at least have some idea. If anyone in chat like knows what this is, like, and can give any kind of... I mean, I'm sure you can't tell me how to do it and I'll just know. But if there's anything that I'm supposed to kind of look out for, because my understanding is that basically there's this big flash, right? And as soon as the flash disappears, that's when I'm supposed to press it again. But because I've never done it once, I don't know how close or far I've been from successfully doing it. And when you hit multiple enemies, it's like there's a flash for each hit. And with a split-second delay on those hits, because you don't hit everyone exactly simultaneously, that like changes the timing window by, you know, a couple of frames. I don't know if that's the case, but that's how it feels. I think generally I'm being slow, but how would I know? So I'm like trying to do it faster than I think I'm supposed to. And it's not really working out. I mean, nothing I'm trying is working out. Surely I can't just like mash. Unless it's different. I don't know. Because like if I'm doing the parry Isen versus the regular Isen, if that would change it, I don't know. But as I was saying that, it's like, you know what? Trying to go for the normal Isen, it's just going to make it harder. There's one more after that. Yeah, clearing all these, it's going to be quite the challenge, that's for sure. But especially when you don't even know what to do. And that was like the novice level. Anyway, let's take care of this guy. Did I step onto the boat? I did not press that direction. What? There we go. That was weird. I need to take a short break. My eyes hurt. Well, they're not hurting, but I don't feel great. I need to not stare at a computer screen. I'm like staring super intensely when I'm trying to get the parry too. It's time to take a little bit of a break anyway. I'll be back shortly with more Onimusha 3. See you guys in a little bit.
threshold of a new era. The reborn Los Angeles shall bring us a better tomorrow. What's that?
All right. I've returned. I have hopefully given my eyeballs enough respite to persevere. I've got 11k souls. I feel like that's probably not enough to level up anything. I mean, I guess I do have another... Well, I mean, I was gonna say I do have another 6,500 here, but the thing is, I feel like now especially I'm pulling ahead with Samanosuke, so that I'd want to give those points to Jacques instead. So I can't remember. The first level up for the weapons. Let's do this. Let's save and do some research, and I'll just load afterwards. I feel like the first level is like 5,000 to 6,000. The value seemed a little bit lower in this game than in the previous ones. So, and they would increase, if not double, at least go up quite a bit. So, let's just see with 11,000, how far do we get? It would seem pretty far, maybe all the way. Okay, so 11,000 levels up this. I'm still gonna load because... Wait, can I just do this? It's options, right? Because I just kind of wanted to test that. We can also do this, by the way. Nope. Reset. So we didn't see anything, and now it's set to this. Okay. Maybe that only affects the new game. I don't know. Because there was this option to change someone else's outfit that I couldn't understand if it had any visible effect. But when I went back to the main menu, it was like reset to the default option. Well, whatever. Just a quick bit of research. Let me see. Yeah, so I guess it's like exactly 11 because I had like just a sliver left. So taking the armor to level 3, is that gonna... Looks like that's taking more, actually. Yes. So probably, I don't know, 13, 14. I could definitely level up the gauntlet, but I'm not sure if I want to. Well, I guess it's supposed to... I mean, ultimately, I don't think it really matters. But I think it's supposed to increase the... Let's do it, because I think there's probably going to be some kind of a boss fight or something on the other side of that door. So let's be cowards. Instead of saving up to leveling up something to get hella buff, let's use some of these points and level this up a little bit. Kind of disgusting, but... Oh, okay. Did the description change, or did I just not pay attention? Well, it says my... Oh, yeah, we can charge multiple levels now. I had a vague recollection that it was going to affect my... like, special moves. That's not what it said. But we can charge up to level 2, which I probably am not going to do all that much, but... Oh, it's locked. I assumed that the text was that he unlocked it, but no, of course, I have to do it manually. That's how this game works. The door's unlocked, and there we go. That's the thing, like, because that text was, like, changed, or, like, he didn't automatically open the door, I had, like, a bit of a brain fart and was like, oh, that must mean there's something super dangerous or something. But no, it's because I didn't actually fucking unlock it. Wanted to is but I can't see shit. Fucking Mario controls getting... Oh, and the orbs disappeared. I keep getting confused about the controls. Like, whenever I'm in a combat situation, my brain keeps expecting down to move backwards. It's crazy how this camera ends up being at least, if not more, problematic than the camera of the older games. Like, stuff like that seems to happen. I feel like outside of a few particular boss fights and stuff, that kind of you know, sort of confusing, like, camera flipping right in the middle of a combat encounter, like, back and forth. Like, that didn't seem to happen very often. But I do think, again, the bigger sort of thing is that you have, with the pre-rendered, and maybe that's the thing, like, there's always opportunity, like, combat can always happen someplace in the right on the border of a screen transition or camera transition. But for the most part, with the static angles, the camera changes only really happen when you kind of run out of frame, or you know, when you're close to not being in camera. But here, because the camera tends to follow you, the positions where the camera switch feels a lot more arbitrary. And I think that's what's kind of tripping me up. Well, this is a new twist. I take it that... well, that's not what I meant to do. I take it that we need to use this T piece. To have both of those. That seems more correct. It's actually pretty simple because they had this more complicated concept. Alright, I'll actually use this right now because Jacques is actually ahead of us on meter shit. Hey, what's up, Takana? Yeah, this game is... Actually, it hasn't... This entire section hasn't been very puzzly. There's been some keys we needed, but otherwise it's there's not been much of it. But this game, otherwise... Oh yeah, okay. There's probably a boss fight on the other side of this door. This game has been more kind of puzzly, I feel like, than 1 and 2. I mean, they all had their parts, and the puzzle boxes, in particular, have been in all 3 games. The first game had that poem puzzle thing where you find, like, it's a cipher, and you have to figure out, and I never actually completed that puzzle. It's like one big puzzle that, like, follows you along the entire game. It's like an optional side thing. It's kind of cool. But I guess, as I said before too, I don't really know for a fact that this game has more puzzle, but it feels, the juxtaposition feels more kind of blatant with this game's increased pacing and kind of, it feels a bit more like an action game. This guy's pretty excited about experimenting on Kid. Give it up, Gildenstein. Anxious little bug, aren't you? Alright, okay. Come at me, little bug. I'll squish you. Alright. Cool. Alright, what? You guys see it? Playing in the back? Kind of? Alright, go ahead. Oh, sure. Refill. I can't shoot him with arrows. Maybe I actually use some of my buff arrows. Let's take a look real quick. I've got 40 lightning arrows. I guess this makes souls come out. Interesting. Yeah, soul collecting arrows. Sure, let's try this. Ouch. No, I... No, thank you. I guess soul collecting is pretty fast now too, because I upgraded the gauntlet. It's nice. Let's switch weapons. I haven't used this in a while. Camera, please. There's a yellow orb there. I want it. There we go. Alright, come down here. There's like weirdly little feedback when you hit Philistine. Like he kind of looks like a ghost and shit too, so it feels unclear. If, like the only thing is like there's orbs coming out. Well, when I hit him normally anyway. And that's just because I have the Akko thing. I assume this is doing something. Yellow. Ooh, that's a nice chunk of health back. I'll take that, thank you very much. Nice, perfect. Oh, shit. Ugh, it's a little hard to see. Okay, let's actually activate this. Oh, okay, this is new. Is this a time warp thing? Okay. Time something. Is that? Yeah, that's the hourglass right there. I was gonna say, can I see that hourglass? Is he over here? Yeah. Do this, and let's use one of our 50 healing items here. Oh yeah, I even have this, which will bring me back to life if I die. I mean, this would have been a fine place to use it, I suppose. Well, I guess I'm getting a lot of souls at least. Seems to be reacting a little more to my hits. I mean, we enter this base, I guess. Not sure about that hourglass. Okay, I think we got something there. Got him. Quite tenacious yourself. Go to hell. Alright, their time hacking has been completed. Even if I die with the completion of our time machine. Time travel technology, Genma will rule the world.
私の最高傑作が
Behold, greatest invention. Well, we'll see, I suppose. I reckon we can put a stop to this yet. It's a nice little touch after every boss. Like, it goes back to the gameplay. You can just suck up the souls, and then I never check if there's anything else you can see and do, because it's always my first instinct to just absorb the souls. And then it's like, oh, and it triggers the cutscene. It's like, oh yeah, right. Alright, they're okay. Oh no, you're hurt? I'm good. So meanwhile, Jacques has been napping on the train. Although, what does meanwhile even mean? We have like multiple timelines here.
Onimusha. 装置があるのはそこじゃない？
Big old castle, I guess. Gotta have a castle for Nobunaga to hang out in, I suppose. So, what are the chances that our train is taking us there? With Jacques, quite the good image. Like, the art looks good, but I can't unsee, you know, they make these like fairly simple backdrops for these like transitions between the different spaces and locations. Even these like Guts train hallways is like super simple repeated geometry. I mean, that's you know, any kind of game that wants to imply a grandiose world, it's gonna have to cut some corners and you know, pull some tricks. Of course, and it's by no means a complaint or anything. But the approach you take with something like that is ultimately still a little bit different when it has to be rendered in real time versus what they could have done in the other games. And I mean, the scope of this is far more ambitious, of course, with different time periods and locations and all that, but... And I think they do a good job with it. I really like the whole zoo things, like... Alright, getting messages from his dead mom. It's my fault you're not happy. I'm sorry. Like, no, you got it all wrong. It's my fault you're dead. Listen up, Henri. It's not your fault. Henri, open up your heart. Be kind. I will watch over you and your father. Alright, okay. Alright, we got a nice little picture of a castle on the horizon. Oh, it looks cool enough. But yeah, like, again, there's like certain things where I just feel they were really bumping up against the limitations of... It's not technical limitations, more like budget limitations, I suppose. Not to say this is a small or cheap game by any means. It's just vastly ambitious in what they're trying to depict and what's there. And what is there all looks gorgeous and it's really well done. Like, it's definitely kind of an escalation over the series, because the first game, I think, is like, even when I played that without having others to compare it to, felt weirdly kind of unambitious, you know? It's a very small kind of scope. Interesting. Okay, so we can send stuff to him. Saw him kind of arrive Save first. Well, Atomic Runner, there are no two fairies, it's just the one. But she can freely travel between the timelines. So, Akko is kind of the... which I think is an awesome little narrative tool. Where... aside from here, of course, when we... well, not really. It's kind of the same thing here. I was going to say, we get to kind of follow her. Because she's like... she is... I guess experiencing time a little differently than the characters. Because obviously, you know, one part of the game happens 500 years before the others, so it's weird to talk about these things happening simultaneously. They're not. But she kind of perceives it that way because she's with one character and then, well, I mean, I guess they are also simultaneously. You know, it's fucking time travel, man. Hurts your head thinking about it. But she will hang out with Samanosuke for a while, and then she will blink over to Jacques, and we kind of follow her. So she gets to be a little bit of a, like, audience surrogate in a way. At least in, like, sorting out the timeline. I think it's a... I think it works well, actually. I think... it could very easily have been a lot more confusing and convoluted than it is. Like, it's presented in a pretty straightforward way. And again, I think the whole... yeah, so I can't send this to him. Sick. Let's do that, too. So I'm just curious, where is he now? So we had the zoo part where that was just Michelle and a little bit of Samanosuke. But I guess we're now heading into a second section where we can trade back and forth. So when we traded before, we were at the same physical location. So I have to assume that's the case here as well. But do we arrive at the same spot? I mean, it's the castle. Yeah.
アコ、ここはモン・サン・ミッシェルじゃねえか。俺は元の時代へ戻ってきたのか。
残念だけど
Like, I know this place. Am I back home? She's like, well, nope, sorry to disappoint you, but this is still 500 years ago. This castle was just still around, or already around, I guess I should say. 500 years from now, Michelle and Henri made it here too. So hang in there, buddy. You can do this. Hey, hey, Hachiro. You again. What's this time? Oh shit. So you're our opponent after all. I'm more curious about who that other person was up there. Yeah, this guy's shown up a few times and seemed slightly unclear what his deal was. We weren't exactly friends, but I guess he was like on Nobunaga's side, but still fighting against Genma or something? I'm not exactly sure. I also don't exactly remember, to be honest. Exactly help. Just blocking it. Okay. Alright, so it did burn meter even when he blocked it. Good to know. Let's switch it out. Didn't use the spear all that much. I don't know why he's not dropping a lot of souls. do? I keep... Oh, not good camera angle. I keep getting like the accidental parry. Or a few times anyway. I was gonna say, I want to actually do this, and I didn't fucking get the souls. Ah, I didn't think it would die. Ugh, that's creepy. It's cool design though.
お前は
What are you?
平八さっさとそのナンバー男をやっておしまい
Yach, kill this punk already.
やめたわ。
どうした平八
人に
I won't.
指図されて戦う平八じゃないだがね。
なんなのその態度は人間のくせに生意気だお待ち平八
また新しい化け物か
It's another
キリ
monster.
がないな
Shit never ends. Alright, cool. I guess he's got principles or something. Alright, okay, cool. Grab these. Nope. I think this is still weird. Looked like there was something over here though. Maybe just a barrier. Okay. Well. Holding a scarab. Definitely want that. We have a shit ton of gems. I feel like surely there has to be another code for Akko to find. Because we're probably jumping over there. Oh, well, okay, we're jumping somewhere. Maybe I should have tried the door, I don't know. Dive bomb? No, okay. Just fly up there. Sure. These. Is this gonna take me down or jump across? Oh, this sure looks locked. Oh, there's people inside. But it's locked, so I can't get in. I guess there was a peephole. That looks unsafe. Well, we got a map. Let's take a quick gander, shall we? This fucking map, though, with arrows. That's gotta be the courtyard, though, on the center left there. With the yellow thing is the save, and the pink-purple thing is the transfer, whatever. What's the blue thing in this room, though? I don't remember. Oh, that's probably a soul recharge thing. Yeah. Oh, just NPC's hanging out. Who are you? I don't recognize you. This place is hell. They make us work until we're dead. Vega Donna is the name of the monster lady. She's the boss of this place, I guess. So I guess I'm not supposed to just run in here. I can't even tell if this is like... Okay, yeah, I'm just literally stunned. Well, not many different places to go here, so... we'll advance. Controls. That's like a throw thing. That didn't help, but I figured I'd try. Ah, so now we're out here. Oh yeah, this, okay. The way these are connected on the map is starting to make a little amount of sense. Okay, I guess there was a flying thing there. Oh, okay. So yeah, I saw it on the map and I saw these things and I just assumed that it would be the same location where someone else was, but obviously it's not. Well, we definitely are certainly behind, so I might as well just use this. Yeah. It works pretty much as expected. Still can't use this. Maybe this is just something you can use at the final boss or something, who knows. Or maybe you need to, like, power up your gauntlet to max or something. Who knows. Yeah, we got 7 of these. I still don't want to... I'm not going to use this code, so there's no point. But it makes me wonder. It might just be that there's a higher amount of drops for these gems than you actually need for everything. That could be. Makes no difference. Well, I think we'll continue with Jacques here to see what's up. I might as well explore fully before, because I was just so curious to see what where Jacques was going to be that I was eager to swap to him as soon as I could. But at this point, I'd rather go as far as I can. All right, this statue of Junozol, like the statue of a beast. I don't know, it's kind of a ram or something. I don't know. In any case, it's missing an eyeball. So it seems clear that we're... Oh, the camera. And we need to find some sort of eyeball-like gemstone. Well, I'll just get some gems here, I suppose. Orbs of souls. I feel like I use orbs of souls and gems just interchangeably. Also, I didn't even fucking notice this. Looks like a doorway. Let's take a look there. Maybe we didn't fully explore everything there. In fact, it seems we definitely didn't. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna switch there, of course, but is this a door? Well, if it is, I can't interact with it. What about the switch? Yabagaru. There's a lever here. Pull it? Sure. Well, nothing happened. Yep, there's the your RE style puzzles. Okay, well, let's swap. Do we have anything we actually want to send? Send one of these, sure. Pretty cool. I think this is the first time we're seeing these, like, upgraded versions of this enemy. Trying to do a sick parry. Yeah. Orbs, please! There we go. I'll take the hit. It's worth it. Good luck getting the fucking chain this in. Already totally forgot was a thing. But... Sure. So these guys aren't archers, but they're fulfilling the same niche of being this annoying jerk at the other end of the hallway. At least these guys' projectiles are a bit... Well, they're more telegraphed and traveling slower. They're a bit more powerful, though, I suppose. Pretty cool heat wave effect when you do that move. Fighting on stairs, still weird and awkward. There we go. So where's this on the map? I guess we don't have a map of this place, but it appears that we should definitely go take a little detour here before we enter that door. There's nothing. Oh, Not because there's nothing here, but doesn't lead to another room. Okay, there's a sun engraved on this here lock thing, this gate. Okay. Locked. There's a big keyhole. Did I miss something? Get a big key or anything like that? So obviously, back in olden times, there was some kind of something with a symbol, right, of the moon and the star and the sun or whatever it was. Guess that's connected to that. Well, we're gonna have to take a look. I missed something else. Like the first, no. Well, let's see what I seemingly skipped here. Maybe I never actually interacted. No, there's nothing to interact with here. Drop down. Path continues, but I can't drop down. So I don't know, like this. Can't use it here. I'm confused. There's something. Yeah, there's. Dude, the camera here is all messed up. Okay. Attack or something. Okay, I guess. Let's see. There looks like there's something. A little. I don't know. Old faucet or something. So clearly, I've missed. Is this a door? Oh, wait. No, wait. This is the machine thing. Okay. It looks like something's missing. Okay, so I thought there was like a doorway over here, but I guess it's like a cover. Obviously, I can get through there. So I'll have to figure out what I missed here. Maybe it's just a simple. Maybe I just. I was gonna say freeze, but this is a lightning thing. But maybe I can explode this shit and grab. It's like kind of conspicuous that there's a soul refill thing here. Can I grab that from us? Well, let's try it. Try the other weapons in a second, but I wonder if I can. That's the thing I can do the grab thing on. Here, to be the case. Yeah, this is a nice thing, I guess. Oh, maybe the torches are. I mean, it could just be the refill thing. It's just here. It might not be. But every now and then there's. Yeah, that move isn't gonna do that. I can't aim. Yes, okay. Oh, it's actually slowing down. I have to fucking time it. That's, I feel like you know, it could just stop. Waiting just a little too long. Unless I'm supposed to do... I'm just assuming that I meant to have it stop top so I can like walk under it, but... Oh, that's just... No, maybe. Oh yeah, see that thing just lit up. Big old key. Okay, so what a strange puzzle. Like you would think he could squeeze through there, but... So now we get a cuts... Whatever. And our meter just... Well, okay, I was gonna say the meter refilled. It didn't actually cost anything. Because it does... It only drains the meter, like, if you connect. Like, if the actual full attack comes out. Okay, so let's send it... Change. Rolls. Let's send this key to someone else get. Pretty close to leveling up something. I'm kind of getting used to the quick absorption with the powered up gauntlet. Well, I'll worry about that the next time I switch back to Jacques. Send the key to the big gate. That was just like down the street, right? Yeah. Oh, hello. No, down. See, that's the thing. The down attack also doesn't like trigger as easily. Feels like. One piece from the left. Yeah, figured that would be the case. Leveled up charge attack. Not bad, not bad. Have to manually use the key. I keep forgetting, but there we go. Military crate. It's a new type of enemy. Block this thing. Maybe we can move out of the circle. Nope. Oh, souls. Oh yeah, it's like... Yeah, the red one like hurts me. I guess they don't have a lot of HP though. Definitely annoying to deal with. Doing very well on souls though. Different map? Oh yeah, right. We didn't have the map with Samanosuke. We only had it with Jacques. I guess it's a little different. Street with the souvenir shops and stuff probably did not exist 500 years ago. You need a special key. I can't open it. This looks great. Like, having done stuff like this myself, like using similar technology and building 3D scenes, like it's a lot of really high quality technique on display here. Like, it's not technically advanced, but still make it look really damn good. This is a nice camera angle. Like, more of these very nice, like, just pretty compositions is something that this game's really missing. Like, this looks pretty alright, but then you know, you get so many angles that are just like this. Like, so much of the presentation of the locations in this game, and I mean, by extension, the gameplay, it looks like this. There's so many, like, despite having these tools for, like, you know, obviously a game where the player has full camera control. Of course, too high up. You're not going to have the same directed, sort of authored experience as when you have these like pre-set camera angles. But this game ends up in this weird kind of worst of both worlds type situation where you don't have the control, but they also don't use the authorial like power to present anything that is that interesting to look at. I mean, not never, but so many screens kind of look like this. And I mean, you could argue maybe that it's focusing on like presenting clarity for the sake of combat. But I'm not sure if I really feel like that's the case either, because there's still a good degree of like confusion happening on a regular enough basis. Alright, it was already dead. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of these aspects to the environments and like the game world in general, and because it's not like how the 3D geometry is constructed. That's all very well done for the most part. I mean, it's all well done, but some locations are just a little boringer than others. But how it's all like composed and presented. Alright, there's clearly a skull orb type thing. Use the regular arrows. Yeah, I think this game, like in a vacuum, it's cool. I mean, comparing it to something like, I don't know, the first level that we played of Chaos Legion or something, this is broadly way more interesting to look at. But to me, it's like kind of surprising that, like, I don't know, compared to many games where you're just like walking through hallways or whatever, yeah, there's a lot more going on and some more intent and palpable, like, creative influence on things. But the previous Onimusha games were just so stellar at that. Can I use this here? That the relative kind of lack of that kind of expression in this game really stands out to me. Alright, at least there's only one entrance and exit here. Alright, I was trying to think if I wanted to... Oh, yeah. I'll take that. Probably overthink. Well, I'm not sure if overthinking is the right word, but let's maybe try not to overcomplicate things if it can be avoided. Like so. What do we got? Hey, okay. Well, I think I'm gonna have to hold on to this because I'm not sure if who's like kind of ahead here. Oh, hello. Get a parry? Evidently not. Just tapped him. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, whatever. I was just like, do you want to save this for Jacques? But I don't think that's how this works. That was a confusing camera switch. Red eye. Red eye stone. Oh, wait. Come on. there we go. Got ice arrows. Sure. Okay, I'll take those. Like, every now and then, you have, like, this little subtle camera movement. Like, adding a little bit of motion to some otherwise static views. It's a nice touch. And there is, every now and then, like, some really nice camera angles and stuff, but I feel like it's still too much of it is... Or, like, a conspicuous amount of the game. I think both the camera angles and the... Not just the angles themselves, but the trigger... Like, the camera angles including where and when they put the triggers. In combination with how some of the kind of geometry and such look. Actually, let's... Okay. Let's save here first. So I have... After I switch... Actually, I can... see it right now. So that's Jacques' gauges. And we'll overwrite it, and we'll see what someone else's gauges look like in comparison. They're the same. Okay. Do I then want to... Who do I want to extend help? Well... I'll send it to him. Sure, why not? Oh, there we go. Yeah, someone else can keep the revival thing. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. And I think wasn't I close to... I'm having like 10 or 11 gauges or something here too. Oh, okay, not quite. But let's use this. And yeah, nothing worth leveling. Well, I guess I probably do have enough to level up the gauntlet. Oh yeah, right. Red Eye Stone. There we go. And we got him. Should I have maybe looked at that thing on top first? This is kind of like in Onimusha 1, right? There's like a... Okay, I can... So moon, star, sun. Okay, so I have to like step on them in order. Sun. There's a... Okay, there's a time limit. Okay, gotcha. No. Getting close there. I'm still standing there, but fine. I guess I didn't get knocked. Do we have to repeat this? Is it like 3 different... Is it like rearranged now? I don't have to necessarily start with the moon. Of course. It's like nerve-wracking. want to like cut the corners as close as you can to to save a split second. All right, that was cool. First try. That's gonna raise this old walk. Oh yeah. And of course someone else is at the very end of this, because that's the doorway. That looks pretty cool. A little dust effect. This looks so good. Take a look at the map actually. Yeah, that all connects back. However, I'm gonna save here, and I think we're gonna wrap it up there. We're gonna wrap up a little early tonight. My eyes are not agreeing with me, and I'm feeling pretty tired. I don't want to push myself beyond my physical limits. The game will still be here when we stream again on Wednesday, so we'll continue then. It's been quite a day, so I'm just gonna cut it a little bit short. But thanks for hanging out. This game continues to be enjoyable. I feel like I'm gonna continue to have mixed feelings about this, but at the same time, Onimusha 1 and 2, I enjoyed both of them, and then at the very end, they both were like, holy shit, this game fucking owns. It got so awesome. Like, there's still plenty of room for this game to really kick ass, but it's interesting how some of my gut feelings at the very, very beginning are maybe not exactly playing out precisely in that same way, but there have been kind of more things in the both of the plus and minus columns in this game kind of as I play more of it. It's still a really good game though. It's really cool, but I'm excited to finish this, and like increasingly excited to see what the heck the fourth game is like, because that game seems to have a very mixed reception. But we'll find out eventually. We'll play more of this, of course. We'll continue on Wednesday. And, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if... I thought we might potentially be close to the end of the game, then doesn't feel that way now. But at the same time, like, we're leveling up the weapons and stuff. We took out Gildenstein, I guess, so Nanmaru's still left. I don't think we're, like, at the verge of finishing the game per se, but I don't know. The last parts of Onimusha 2 wrapped up surprisingly quickly. So who knows? I'm excited to find out though. So we'll see where things go on Wednesday. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Bye.